I'm going to add a little colors on the upper eyelid to create that different plane. The eyelid over here, and actually the plane like this coming down, and then suddenly on the skin over here about the eye, it actually change it. So I'm gonna take a little bit oil. I'm gonna mix the color. Take some white color, a little bit red, not much, a little red, a little yellow. It's kind of a little brighter color, a little orange color. Take a little bit more white. Here you go. Here you go. I'm gonna first take a little color, put it right in here. A little bit brighter, like that. And also on this side too. So with this color, it make it a little bit more light. Like that, you see that? Now a little bit lighter. Even more light. Get under here, we need to have a little bit more red color. Gonna take the red color over here. This is way we got preparing, add a little orange color in here. Preparing the underneath, and also in over there, I'm gonna have inside the eye, we actually see a little bit red color here. But we can add the line over there, which I'm gonna show you how to do. Over here, also I have a little bit more red color. That's just to catch the shadow. So now I just use the red color in my brush and putting in. That's good. Now come to this side, it's very much the right color. So I'm gonna make a little darker color. It just take the Prussian blue and with the brown color, you can mix a very dark color. But usually these two colors not enough. It's still feeling kind of a little too cold. If you think it should be a little bit warmer, back to a little bit darker too, and just get a little red color mixed into it. So you get the color, bring back a little bit more neutral. So I'm gonna take this color and I'm gonna take a look on the corner over here. And my brush is not exactly tiny, okay? It's just, you use the brush, you see that it's kind of like a one side a little bit small, right? So you way, this way, I use this way kind of brush stroke, can create something a little bit thinner. So let's take a look. Like that. There you go. I'm gonna have a little bit swipe off over here. I can also add a little bit coming up like this. Now it make it a little bit bigger. Now come to this side. I'm gonna start adding. You don't have to have too much of the details too quickly. I'm gonna swipe it up a little bit like over here. So make the dark color a little bit more. Now I come into work into the inside eye white area. Now clean my brush. I'm going to use the same brush. So now here you go. Now that's good. Now I want to take a look at on this side. I need to have, and I'm going to coming over here, expand that the eye white area a little bit more. Now push that in a little bit. Now expand that. Now it's perfect. Okay. Now I'm gonna come into working into inside of the iris. It's a better shape, very good shape. So I'm gonna use this brush instead. I already have the color over here. There's a sable brush. I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter. And if it's too thick, get a little oil. Okay, get enough walnut oil. Okay, now it's good. That's the right color. Just ping out over here. Oh, need to be lighter, even lighter. Take a look at that. Let's just think about it and paint. You know, think about it and compare. Like that. A little bit more. Looks like there's too much blue, so I'm going to get a little red color back in here. So always give some more attention and think about it. It's the right color, it's the right temperature, and is the right size. Think a little bit more. Now, think about that. I think this is pretty good here. That's the foundation color. I think can be a little bit lighter. I'm gonna get a little bit more white color into it, especially the bottom over here, a little bit lighter. So when you get to this point, you can really pay attention to see how the color look, and how dark is that, how the details. I'm gonna make it the bottom over here a little bit more rounded. Okay, they're actually perfect. Now take a look at this side. And here you go. I'm gonna have this color over here too. But before this step, we are doing lots of big changes. Okay, use larger brush and have fun with it. And when you get to this point, you'll be able to get in a little bit more details. Now I'm gonna use just the light color, the white color, a little bit lighter. And with a little red. Now I'm gonna actually shrink the iris a little bit. Just add a little bit light color next to it. And that is all it needs. It looks like it needs a little bit lighter on the edge over here, a little bit lighter. Like that. That's good. And now I'm going to make the darker color, warm darker color on the corner over here. Now I'm gonna get a little bit more detail into here. Here you go. Like that. Maybe a little bit red into that. So now you're paying close attention to the smaller area. And now I'm gonna give it the really dark color in the inside of the pupil. I'm gonna take a little bit more this, little bit more, and a little red. Okay, that's good, right? Let's take a look at inside over here. There's very tiny. That's good. On this side, also a little tiny shape. That's the pupil. Wow, that's good. Now I'm gonna use the same darkness, and I'm gonna come in on this side. Now I'm gonna start adding. Look again. Don't rush. That's good. You see that? When you have a very small brush, very good for this step. And gently. Okay, over here too. A little bit gently. Like that. Maybe that's too much. Now I'm gonna shrink that a little bit and take this color, a little bit warmer, warm orange brown color. And I'm gonna have this coming over here. Soften it a little bit. That's probably good. Now what I would like to see, I want to show you something really critical. You maybe say very critical, that means the highlight. No, I don't mean the highlight. I want to show you something like the little color in between over there. It's a little shape. I always want to say that you don't have to paint all the separate color, like this color and this color and this color. I want to put the same color over here and then put the light color in between. And that would divide that into a more interesting separation. Now I'm going to take this color, like this kind of, very much this kind of color, maybe a little bit red, and this kind of color, maybe make sure I have enough color. Now I'm going to show you right in here, and I'm going to have this color actually connected, continue from here. Oh, the color's not enough. I'm going to have a little bit later. Now here you go. I'm going to have this ready. I'm going to have this. See that? I'm going to have this actually connected in over here. I'm not sure you see it. That the same thing on this side. I'm going to have a little red color. On this side is the same. Actually, I'm going to just add this shape. And you need a little bit more red. I'm not sure there's much enough color. A little white. Now here you go. Have a little bit more color. Now this how you working into the details, and the place is right. I just need to push that in a little bit over here. I think that's a little bit too thick. All right, I'm gonna have a little bit brown color into here, a little bit, shrink that a little bit, like that. Now you can see lots of details over here on the outside. Over here I also put a little bit brown color over here, showing the eyelashes on the lower eyelid. Okay, like that. And now on the other side, I'm gonna have a little bit brown color. Okay, right here. That's good. That's good. It looks like the iris need to be a little bit bigger on the left side, on this side. Right? That's better. Now I want to put the highlight to it. And just get the white color. I'm going to put it right in here. Look again. No rush. Just like any carpenter. Look, think, measure twice before you do one. Before you cut one. After you cut, it's done deal. I think that's fine. Alright. Now the eye has a lot more things into that already. And I think over here, there is maybe, I'm going to clean the brush, make sure it's clean. I'm going to remove a little bit white out from here. Now it's better. Now it's little changes. Now it's good. Now I'm gonna look into the nostril. The nostril is not really that dark. I'm gonna take this color, take a look at. It's a little bit like this. I paint a little lighter color before I paint a little dark color. So I'm gonna take this color, mix that a little bit lighter, like that. I'm gonna take a look at right in here. Right in here, like that. Maybe this color is good enough. You're gonna see, like that. And then a little light color right under here. You see that little light color right here. Okay. Right, that's good. Now on the outside, I also have a little lighter color, and so we can see the edge of the nose. You see that? Very little thing add to it. You defined it. So you don't have to always use exaggeration too much. Now I'm gonna come back to have a little bit darker color, darker brown color. Now come to this nostril. And it looks like I push out a little bit more. So in that case, right, I'm gonna have a little transitional color, but that is just a little bit too light or too warm. So I'm gonna take this. Okay, this will be the right color. Now push it over here. Also at the same time, I narrow down the nostril. Like that. Okay, and definitely over here is a little bit too dark. You can see that that's a little bit too dark. This area, I'm gonna just let go of, replace that color with a little lighter color. A little bit lighter. A little more. Have a little yellow color. Like this. Now, it's a little bit better. I'm gonna have a little light color. Now, push that down a little bit. Look again, and that's open up a little bit too. On the other side, have also a little bit darker brown color. So I'm gonna have just almost think about when we're doing watercolor. We have two brushes. One is just working on the big structure, big connection. After we done that, we use the calligraphy brush. Now you can do all the small changes. And still the nose need to be a little bit more changes. Now we're gonna continue working on some dark details and come back a little bit later. Now I'm gonna put a little bit dark color. The corner over here, ooh, nice. Okay, and now the painting come together look more as convincing as a finish product. I'm gonna take the darker color and I'm gonna have a little line as I'm saying that to some of you. You need to string that a little bit. And like that, coming over. Okay. So, with that, I'm gonna, with a little bit lighter, which is like a little bit light brown color, and have a little bit red, and that's probably good. Just a little bit, showing a little light. Oh, the color is still wet. Of course it's still wet, so it doesn't show. Something a little bit lighter. So try to do less for more, as if we can. That would be nice, right? I have the same color. Maybe have a couple lines over here too, so it make it feel like a little bit more cohesive together. And a little bit coming over here too, like that. Okay. Now we're gonna take it from here. There's a lot of changes we still need to make, like on the lip over here, right? You take a little yellow color, a little red color. Take a look at that. This will be a little bit more white, make it a little bit lighter. Now take a look at the upper lip. you can see that this actually going to the direction like this, also brighter. So add a little bit more yellow, a little bit brighter, like that. Yeah, a little bit on the lower lip, and I'm gonna have a little bit lighter color. I'm gonna have a little more white mixed into here, so you can see there's some lighter. Tap on it, just tap on it like that. They're really showing very close to the skin color. And hand it over here. Here you go. Like that. And this color, I think over here can be a little bit more. When you use a small sable brush, it's very soft, and also it doesn't really apply lots of color. It's very gentle. It's good to have a couple small sable brush for the detail work. I'm gonna have a little bit color over here too. A little bit more like that. It's good. That showing the texture over there. And I think I'm gonna stop this here. I know some of you thinking about, what about me? I can paint. Okay, all right. One last thing I'm gonna show you. Really, you won't regret it. And I'm gonna just use the really light color at the corner of the eye. I'm gonna set a little bit detail to it. You're gonna see right over here. You see a little light color set over there. It's make a huge difference on that. Also on this side, I need to make this a little bit lighter too, like that. And on the other side, it's the same. Look at the corner of the eye. You see a little light, like that. Hey, now take a look on this side. And I can expand this a little bit more. Okay. It's a little bit better. A little bit better. And you can see the corner over here on the outside. Also here is a little bit lighter too. So and so on. Like after you have the big color, the big structure, and now you're looking into the smaller area and try to gradually to define those details. A little bit light color over here, and it would a little color add to it. It changed the form and changed the illusion of that. And this color definitely is a little bit too bright, so you can soften it a little bit. And at the bottom over here, you need to have a little bit transitional color, so you can add the color to that. So you see that very easy, just gradually you kind of modify the color.